Hey everybody, this is Frilioth and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to build my version of a tiny little honey farm. Now I'll put everything you need to build this thing on screen now, so pause the video if you need to. Now let's get on and build this thing. So when you've found somewhere to build it, you want to get to the front of the farm and you want to dig out these blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to dig out those 5 blocks. And then you want to put your chest at the front. And then behind that, you want to crouch and put in 2 hoppers. Like that. And then on top of this hopper, facing upwards, you want to put down a dispenser. This has to be a dispenser. It can't be a dropper. If it's a dropper, this won't work. Okay, so make sure this is a dispenser. And then next to that, pointing into the dispenser, you want to put a dropper down. Okay, facing into the dispenser. So the dispenser facing upwards, dispenser, the dropper facing into the dispenser. Okay, it's got to be a dropper, that's got to be a dispenser. Now in front of that, you want to put down your grass blocks. Like that. And then on top of that, you want to put down your flowers. They can be any one tall flower, they don't have to be a azur bleuet. So they can be any flower. So now you should have something that looks like that. Now on top of your dispenser facing forwards, you need to put down your bee nest or your beehive. Okay, so you'll need to crouch and then put your beehive on top of your dispenser facing forwards. And you want to go around the back, and this is where you're going to start putting in the redstone. Now you need to put a slab that's underneath your beehive, okay? So it's next to the top of your dispenser, like that. That's got to be a slab. And on top of the slab, you need to put down a comparator. That will pull a signal out of your beehive, okay? And when the beehive is giving out a signal strength of 5, the system will activate and it will harvest your honey. Now you want to put a temporary block down behind it. And on top of that, you need to put down a solid block. Like that. And then next to it, down there, you'll need to put down another solid block. And then you'll need to run your redstone dust from there, down there, 2, into there, 3, over to there, 4, and up to there, 5. You need 5 pieces of redstone dust. When this is full, it will give out a signal strength of 5, which will light up those 5 pieces of dust. Okay, and then there, leading into your dropper, you'll need a repeater. You can leave that on 1 tick. So when the farm is full and ready to harvest, the repeater will fire, and it will fire that dropper and the dispenser at the same time. So now you should have something that looks like that. So now it's time to build the enclosure around the front. So I'm going to use spruce logs for this, but you can use any blocks that you like. So I'm starting in the corner. I'm going to build up 4 blocks. And then I'm just going to build around. Like that. Okay, and then put a line of spruce logs across the top. I'm going to fill that with glass so you can see in. Now above the chest, you're going to need to put down a stair. Okay, otherwise you won't be able to access your chest. And then to make it easier to get into the chest, I'm going to pop out those 3 blocks and I'm going to stick down some stairs like that. Okay, just makes it easier to get into that chest. Now here, I'm going to stick in 6 pieces of glass. Now this doesn't have to be glass. If you don't want to see into your farm, these can be solid blocks. They can be any coloured glass as well, so they don't have to be clear, just so you can see into the farm. And then we need to fill in the rest of this around the back. Like that. It was easy enough, wasn't it? If you want to not be able to see the knots, the grain on the logs, you could stick it sideways, or you could use spruce wood instead of spruce logs, and then you'd get the bark on all 6 corners of the cube. Okay, so you can't see the end of the wood. Now you need to light this up because those blocks in there are spawnable, so you're going to need to light it up, otherwise you will get mobs spawning in there overnight. And to do that, I'm going to be using glowstone, but you can use any illuminated block. If you want to use frog lights up there or sea lanterns, you can do that. If you want to put a torch inside there, you can do that also, but you do need to light this up. So stick that along the top like that, and that is so pretty. Now we're just going to finish off by putting the rest of the building around the side of it, and you just do this by going around the side and putting down your blocks. Now make sure you put a little bit of light in there. I don't believe there are any spawning spaces in here because of all of the redstone, but it's always best to stick a bit of light in, so I'm just going to stick a torch in the corner there, like that. So now you should have something that looks like that. Now I'm just going to stick a quick roof on the top of this to make mine look pretty, but you don't have to do this. You can do what you like with it. Your build, your rules. And because I've made the roof out of stairs and bottom slabs at the top, nothing's going to spawn up there. So now you've got something that looks like that. Now you're going to need to be able to access the dropper inside the farm in order to fill it back up with the water bottles when it runs out, or to fill it up in the first place for that matter. So you want to get to the right hand side of your farm, count in 3 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, and you want to pop out those 4 blocks. Okay, we'll replace those because they look ugly. Okay, now you can fill in your dropper. No point filling in your dispenser, because if you put anything in your dispenser, it will fall straight out and go into the chest at the front. Okay, so we only need to fill the dropper with water bottles. We're going to stick our water bottles in there like that. Now, next to that, we're going to be putting down a redstone lamp. So when the dropper is empty, the system will fill up. That repeater will fire, but nothing will come out of the dropper, so the system won't reset, and that will turn the light on, so you'll know at a glance whether or not your farm is full or empty of bottles. And if it's full of bottles, you're fine. If it's empty, that light will be on. You know you can go in there and fill your dropper up again. Okay, so we can then put a solid block over the top of that. That's that bit done. Now here we're going to be putting down a trapdoor. Okay, so you can access the dispenser from the dropper from the outside. So get into your farm, put yourself down a trapdoor like that, okay, and get back outside again and put yourself back down a solid block. So there you go. All right, now all we need to do is get our bees in there. Now you're going to need to do this by enticing them over using flowers or by a lead to get them in there, or you could, if you're clever, go and get yourself a bee nest that's already got 3 bees in it. Find one of those in the wild, get a silk touch pick, and when they're all inside, on a silk touch axe, and when they're all inside, all the bees are inside, harvest it, bring it over here, put it down, and you've instantly got 3 bees in your farm. But I'm going to do this using spawn eggs because I can. Being careful not to let any of them out. Like that. So now they're just going to do their magic. So I just wanted to show you what happened when the farm completely fills up because you've run out of bottles. The light goes on. So you go around here, you put your bottles into the dropper, and then break that piece of redstone dust, reattach it, and then the farm will start again, and it will start harvesting your honey bottles. And you don't waste honey bottles as well. There are farms out there now that continually spit out empty bottles. You've got to go around, keep filling it up. You don't have to do that with this farm. It's superb, if I say so myself. So there you have it, everybody. A really compact, wonderfully simple honey farm. If you've enjoyed the video, please don't forget to leave it a like, and if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future tutorials. This is Frilioth. and I'm out of here.